वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्तिः। Good morning. Please see page number 102. Our lifeblood is spirituality. If it flows clear, if it flows strong and pure and vigorous, everything is right. Political, social, any other material defects. Even the poverty of the land will all be cured if that blood is pure. The last quote in the same page. But mark you, if you give up that spirituality, leaving it aside to go after the materializing civilization of the West, the result will be that in 3 generations, you will be an extinct race because the backbone of the nation will be broken. The foundation upon which the national edifice has been built will be undermined, and the result will be annihilation all round. India. When Vivekananda would utter the word India in the West, one of his disciples wrote, "We never thought that it would be possible to put so much of emotion, so much of bhava into that one word India." When they first heard the word India from Vivekananda, why did he love this country so much? We are not actually Vivekananda kind of patriots, for sure. We're all Indians, but our Deshabhakti, our patriotism, is not comparable to the patriotism of Vivekananda. a great patriot. How could he become such a great patriot? Because he knew this nation, he knew this civilization. Swamiji knew that actually India has to play a great role. God has given us a great responsibility, but we have forgotten that. We consider ourselves as a third world country. Okay? Mudo Prapancha Desham. For the last 70 years, we have been studying the same thing in our social text. Developing country, developing country, developing country. So when you write like that, what happens? The question will arise. So then which is a developed nation? I am in a developing country. I have to develop myself. Develop in the model of, you look for a model, right? You want to develop your country in the model of whom? You just look at the West. Automatically it happens. ఇది మనది అభివృద్ధి చెందిన దేశం అంటే చదువుతున్న దేశం అంటే అభివృద్ధి చెందిన దేశం ఏదైనా ప్రశ్న ఉత్పన్నమవుతుంది. అటు చూస్తాం, కనపడుతుంది మనకి పాశ్చాత్య దేశం. Automatically what happens thereafter? Imitation. Yes or no? Today, people have the complaint that now we are imitating the West and we are adopting Western culture. What else will happen, right? You consider yourself as a developing country and you consider them as developed nations. Naturally, you imitate them. Their culture, their traditions, their customs will become superior. They will become dear to you. You will adopt them. You will imitate them. But what is imitation? Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. ఇమిటేషన్ అంటే ఏంటి? వాళ్ళని పొగడటమే బేసికల్గా. మనకున్నది పనికిరానిది సెకండ్ రేటు, మీకున్నది ఉత్తమమైనది, అందుకని మీదున్నది మీరు అడాప్ట్ చేసుకుంటున్నాం. వీఆర్ అడాప్టింగ్ యువర్ కల్చర్, వీఆర్ అడాప్టింగ్ యువర్ ట్రెడిషన్స్ అండ్ కస్టమ్స్ బికాస్ వాట్ వీ హ్యావ్ ఆర్ ఇన్ఫీరియర్ కస్టమ్స్, ఇన్ఫీరియర్ ట్రెడిషన్స్. అవర్ కల్చర్ ఇస్ ఇన్ఫీరియర్ కల్చర్. యు ఆర్ సేయింగ్, యు ఆర్ మేకింగ్ ఎ స్టేట్మెంట్. దట్స్ వై యు ఆర్ ఇమిటేటింగ్, దట్స్ వై యు ఆర్ అడాప్టింగ్ that culture. So imitation automatically happens. First, that's why you need to know what your country is. You need to know what your civilizational roots are. India actually is the oldest civilization in the world. Oldest and continuing civilization in the world. Many civilizations came and they became extinct. The only civilization that is still continuing for the last 10,000 years. There were many upheavals, there were many ups and downs. We could pass through all those vicissitudes of time and could come to this point. The goal that we have set before our civilization is mukti. Okay? You go to a villager even today in India, you just ask him actually, they are leading contented lives. You ask him what is the goal of life. They said, if you just ask him, why can't you try to earn more money? What we will do, sir? How much we need? Look up. Roti, kapda, makan. Bas, he is contented. He is a philosopher. An average Indian is a mystic and philosopher. Okay? He is full of peace. He is contented. Santruptundi. So he is peaceful and joyful. He is happy in himself. So you go to the West, they want to up and doing all the time. Run, do worry. But still they are not happy. Peace is not there. Swami says externally it looks so grand. But internally it's all wail and woe. After looking at the Western society, he said, బయటికి చాలా గొప్పగా కనపడతాయి. Everything is spick and span, neatly arranged. Fantastic roads and infrastructure, everything is beautiful. But you just wait for some time and look into their minds. And so much of stress they are saying. Why have you created such a society, such a civilization? You're breaking down. Okay? $4 trillion they're spending. America is spending on health, mental health. Okay? Why such a situation? Because you have created such a purely materialistic state, society, and people are in competition with each other. Okay? To provide for yourself, you have to work 16 hours to 18 hours a day. And where is the scope for intellectual and spiritual development? You can't reflect, you can't pause, you can't even look at such a grand creation that God has done. Okay? That's the way of in our culture. We knew from the very beginning that actually the world is just a sport, a leela of the Lord. Our philosophers have cracked the mystery of the universe and have said that to know the truth, actually, you need to renounce the world in the sense that you need to dissociate yourself from the body and mind. In the sense, You should not identify with the body and mind. Body and mind belong to you. They are your instruments, but you are not that. So behind this truncated I, there is that infinite I, the cosmic I, the spiritual consciousness, which is by nature bliss. You are personified Ananda. You are an embodiment of bliss. Don't search for Ananda here and there in material things. Your very Swarupa is Ananda. So self-discover yourself. Ninnu nuvu telusko. Chalu. Discover yourself. You don't have to do anything. That is the first and primary objective that they have set before us. We have come into the world because of karma, and this is actually, karma is a kind of juggernaut. You yourself have set it, in motion, and it's not easy to stop it. So janma, mrityu, life and death, it's a cycle. Anything that is cyclical cannot give you real peace and happiness. So you need to come out of the cycle. What is that coming out? That is mukti. So they have set such highest goal for us. And having taken that goal, we have been trying to practice it, to reach that goal as sincerely as we could. And this is the only civilization, that's why I'm saying spiritual civilization, that has such a high goal before its citizens and before the people of this country, geography. For others, actually, even to come to this conclusion, this is samsara, and you need to come out of samsara, you need to attain mukti, then only samsara will be over. For them to come to this understanding, in my opinion, it will take millennia, it will take few centuries. So the problem with our country is we are imitating civilizations that are far inferior to us. Okay? అది మనకి 70 సంవత్సరాలు మనం చేస్తుంది ఏంటంటే మనకన్నా బలహీనమైన నాగరికతల్ని, మనకన్నా ఎవల్యూషన్లో వెనక ఉన్నటువంటి నాగరికతలను అనుకరించడం. We are telling a lie to ourselves. India, by far, in my opinion, is the most advanced civilization on the planet Earth, and India is not a developing country. It's a cultural and spiritual superpower of the world. So, if you really want to become great in life, you need to do only one thing, that you need to know the greatness of your own motherland. Thank you. Have a nice day. This much for today.